Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Afi and I'm back again with another video. This is a little bit of wisdom. Today's video is going to be about hate comments and just, everything about hate comments and how I feel about it. So I'm just going to do like a bit of an intro into why I thought this was a good topic to talk about, my own experience and stuff like that. Of course, I'm going to bring in my own experience. So yeah, we'll just get into it. So if I'm looking down as usual, I have a notebook, I write down notes. Yeah, I feel like I haven't said that in such a long time, but I do have a notebook and I write down notes, and that's where I read from because I feel like I'll go on a tangent if I don't, and then I'll forget what I'm supposed to be talking about. So anyway, why did I pick the topic of hate comments as something like that's important? I mean, I think generally I just want to talk about hate on the internet, not just hate comments, but just hate on the internet. I was watching a YouTuber called Madeline Bailey. She's been doing YouTube for maybe like 10 years now, or over 10 years, and she does covers and stuff like that. And I really like her voice. Like her voice is really, really nice. Anyway, I saw a video where she was basically like making a song using hate comments, and the kind of stuff people were saying about her was so like insane. It's like, how are you comfortable even typing something like that about somebody else? Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand how people are so comfortable with saying stuff like that. But honestly, watching that video made me realize that people are a lot more comfortable with just like saying bad stuff on the internet. And it's weird because I'm like, why do you feel like you have to be so hateful? Like someone is like, you look like you're dying, or she looks like she's sick, or she's too thin, or her voice, or I don't know what. And it's like, it's one thing to express your opinion, and it's another thing absolutely to like literally spread hate and propagate, wow. And so it's, I mean, I think it's a bit crazy. And something that I realized in one of her videos is that there was a lot of statements like, no offense, but she looks like she's dying, or like, no offense, but I want to die from listening to her voice, no offense, but I don't know what, blah blah blah. And it's like people think when you say no offense it makes it better. Like, wow, excuse me, I'm a human being and I sneeze. That's actually very shocking that I've sneezed right now. But anyway, so that's the thing, yeah. People saying no offense is so, it's so strange. Like, no offense, like as if that's supposed to make it better. Like if I just say no offense, but you look ugly, then you're not going to be ugly anymore. Like I don't understand the point of it. And I just wanted to talk about a time when I used to use no offense a lot. Like I vaguely remember a time when I used no offense a lot. I think I was like 13 or something like that. And I used no offense all the time, like no offense, but I don't know what. Or I would say something, I'd be like, no offense. And there was this lie in my head that if I say no offense, then the other person is not gonna feel hurt. But then right now when I look back and I think about it, I'm like, I'm saying no offense. What was that supposed to do? Seriously speaking, what would that statement, no offense, really, really do? Like, does it change the fact that I said something mean? Or does it, and I feel like I can be pretty mean, like I can be quite mean. But I don't want to defend myself or anything, but sometimes I say things, and because I'm very direct, I seem very, very mean. And I think at that time, no offense, was a way for my young self to feel good about myself, about being so direct. I think the more I grew, the more I get a filter, and the less. I mean, I'm still 100% direct, and all my friends know that I am. And sometimes I meet someone for the first time and I'm very direct, and it's a bit crazy, but like, I think ultimately, I'm I seem more nicer now, or I'm just direct with people who know me more and know that I'm not trying to be mean or trying to offend anyone or anything like that. But essentially, I don't think the statement no offense works. Like, if somebody came and told me something like, you're ugly, no offense, I'd just be like, so? Okay. And therefore, like, I mean, what can I do about it? You know what I'm saying? And I think it's one thing to express your opinion, and it's another to really like spread hate and say bad things, because I think when you're saying mean things, like, it would be, the thing with correcting somebody is, if you're correcting someone, then you're like essentially you should be coming up with a solution, right? So it's like, what you've done with your hair today, not so good. Maybe next time do something else, right? And that's like something that's you trying to make the other person better, not just trying to be negative about stuff. And I think that's something that people need to start doing more, rather than just, I mean, it's easier to hate and not like come up with a solution. It's so much easier to just be like, you look ugly, or your voice sounds really bad, or you spoiled this song for me, or blah blah blah. And it's like you're not really saying anything if you're just out here like spreading hate, and your comment hasn't really done anything rather than just being hateful. And I don't think it helps anyone to be hateful. And I think people are so comfortable with like being mean on the internet, and I wonder if this person was right in front of you, would you have said the exact same thing that you've said? Like, are you doing this because it's on the internet and nobody knows who you are? Or are you doing this just because you are a hateful person? And that says more about your character than anyone else. Because, like, my the thing is, I'm speaking a lot from like people that I've seen in the spotlight talking about hateful comments and stuff like that. And I mean, a lot of even Kenyan YouTubers talk about how there's so much hate, and how people are going to be out here saying that you're so thin, that you look sick, or whatever. And it's like so now, like you say that, and how has that helped any situation? Like, has that made you a better person? Has it made the other person a better person? Like, what is the point of that statement? You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody asked you, so what would be your response? You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense for you to be so mean and hateful and like just just mean. Like, why do you have to be so mean? Like, something like that, really. And it's weird because when you grow up in Kenya and you see a lot of people being mean for sport, like literally someone saying something mean because it's apparently funny to them, and you're just like, that's funny. And I've been in various groups of people where people say mean things, and you're just like, how is that fun? Like, why is everyone laughing as if it's funny? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to joke around about stuff, but it's another thing completely to be mean to somebody and say that it's a joke. And you're just like, and then it's like, oh, maybe I'm too sensitive. Then you start to think, maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe like this stuff is offending me when it should not be offending me. And, stuff like that. And it's like, no, people don't have to be mean, but somehow it's okay to be mean, and it's even acceptable to be mean. Just because, we're having a fun time. Like, you're having a fun time at someone else's expense. Like, that's not fair. It's really not a fair thing. And then I think also, like, sometimes people are mean because they feel bad about themselves. I was watching Grey's Anatomy. Honestly speaking, I think I'll talk about it every single day. I was watching Grey's Anatomy, and there's this woman on the show who's like extremely mean. Like, this woman is not even like, she's just extremely mean. And then there's an episode where you notice that she's very mean to herself as well. And there's a guy who mentions, and he says, oh, it's very interesting that you're as unkind to yourself as you are to everybody else. And the way people treat other people is very indicative of how they treat themselves or how they think about themselves. Because if you are kind to yourself, then why exactly are you mean to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Like, does you being mean to someone else make you a better person? I don't think it does. I think if anything, it makes you even more hateful. Like, you keep doing it, right? Like, the more you do something, the more you just keep doing it. Like, you don't do it once and then you're like, okay, I've been mean one time in my entire life and that's enough. Like, you do it once, you feel bad, then you just compress your conscience, and then you do it again, and then you do it again and again and again and again. And it's a whole thing where you're just like mean and just mean. Like, that's about it. Like, you're just mean. Um, and I think it's such a bad thing. Like, it's such a bad habit that people make it acceptable to be mean. I think in the society today, we make a lot of things acceptable. Like, even though it's bad, we'll just be like, oh, that's fine. Like, we're so complacent. Yeah, we're so complacent. And like, it's like if someone does something, we're like, you do you, help yourself, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, if anything that you're doing is harming another being, then it's not the same thing as you doing something that's only harming yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're only harming yourself, then like, good for you. But then if it causes you to harm other people, then I think that's something that needs to be reevaluated. And it's not, and it's okay, like, it's fine, let's just accept everybody the way they are. we're not accepting mean people. It's not okay to be mean, and I understand trauma and trauma causing you to be protective of yourself, and you being protective of yourself causes you to be mean to other people. But I think it's important to heal so that you don't be the hurt person that is hurting other people and taking away people's joy because you're joyless. Like, it's such a bad thing, honestly. And um yeah, and I was just talking about the thing about saying no offense and people wanting to say something that's supposed to soften the blow, like it's supposed to soften the blow and make it okay. It's not okay. Like, I'm here to say that it's not fine to be mean to people. And I mean, I think I'm actually quite blessed that I have not experienced too much hate. Honestly, I don't think I've ever experienced hate in my entire life. Like, or maybe people have done stuff and it really didn't bother me, so I didn't think it was hate. But yeah, I'm just lucky that I haven't experienced like hate and like people saying bad things about me and stuff like that. Like, if people have said bad things about me, then it's probably been behind my back and I never got to find out. And I'm grateful for that because I don't know what I would have done. Like, truly, if you think about it, like when you say bad stuff behind someone's back and then they're always gonna find out. The thing is, like, everything that's in the darkness will come to light, and that's not even like something that I'm saying from opinion. It's a fact. Everybody knows, you keep something a secret, it comes out somehow. And like, of course, some people are masters at keeping secrets, right? And you want to be congratulated for the fact that you're so good at keeping a secret. And it's really not going to be a secret for very long. Like, it's always going to come out. And when it comes out, like, you're just leaving a trail of a lot of things. And it's not necessary. Like, stop talking behind people's backs. Like, it's really not necessary. Because if you think about it, I think I talk about this even in the gossip video. And if you haven't watched that video, I will link it down below. But I talk about how, like, if somebody is talking about someone else to you, they're definitely talking about you to someone else. And that's the thing with it. Like, you need to remember, like, even when you're hateful to somebody, or when someone is hateful to you, they'll probably be hateful. Or if you and somebody else are talking hateful things about someone else, then this person is going to be hateful to you to somebody else, and you'll probably be the same. And it's not a good character to have. Like, it's just a bad habit. Like, if you think about it, do you want to be those people who, like, when someone sees you, they know, like, you're just gonna say bad things about somebody else? Like, why do you want to be that person? Like, there's so many other things to be known for. There's so many better things to be known for in this world than the person who is comfortable with saying bad things about people, and the person who, like, like, seriously speaking, like, why must you be the person who is just saying bad things? Like, and don't, and then there's this thing where it's like, I didn't say anything bad, but I watched everybody else say bad things about you. You're not better. And that's the thing that people think. It's like, I didn't say anything myself, so I'm innocent. You're not innocent. You didn't do anything. And that's the thing, not doing anything is also making a decision. You didn't tell me that people are saying bad things about me. You didn't stop people from saying bad things about me. Yes, you didn't contribute, but you also didn't stop it. That's the thing. Like, you can't be out there, like, comfortable with saying bad things about somebody else and just being fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially someone that you consider a friend. I think, like, people are so okay with being fake friends that it's actually a bit appalling how comfortable people are at being fake friends. Like, it's not okay to be a fake friend, and it's not fine to be the person who is, like, treating people badly. Like, if I met somebody who was just full of hateful comments about other people, I wouldn't want to hang out with them. Like, even think about yourself. Like, why would you be so comfortable with hanging out with someone who's full of hate for somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you comfortable with that? Like, is there something wrong with you? Like, and it's not even to be mean or to be anything. It's not anything like that. It's just, think about your life and think about yourself and think about why you're so comfortable with this thing that is not a good thing. Like, why are you so comfortable about it? Is there a problem? Because it's a bad habit. Like, taking everything away, it is a bad habit. It's not a good habit to want to sit down somewhere and just discuss somebody else. Or it's not a good habit to want to just watch somebody's video and be out there spreading hate like insanity. Like, it's crazy because, if someone sees one hateful comment, then they feel empowered to be hateful as well, so then you're one, and maybe you're not the first one to do it, but why should you be the second one? Why should it be because that person did it, let me do it as well? Like, why must you be saying bad things and mean things? Because it's insane. Let me tell you, Madeline Bailey has, I think, about three videos where she's written songs from hateful comments, and the hateful comments are not the same. Like, it's she didn't repeat comments in the first, like, that were in the first video in the second video, right? And she didn't repeat the ones in the first and second in the third video. How many hateful comments are those? And how much, like, seriously speaking, how much hate do you have in your heart for you, like, really, for that to be the, I mean, granted, she's quite big, but it's like, even though she's that big, like, why is there so much hate? Like, is it even necessary for there to be so much hate? Like, if you think, like, just sit down there and think. Just think. Have you done something that is hateful? Have you said stuff that's hateful? If you can't say something, my advice actually, if you can't say something to somebody's face, don't say it at all. Don't write it on the internet. Do not, don't do stuff. Don't say it to somebody else. Like, if you can't say it in front of their face, then do not say it at all. Because something that I learned and something that I notice that I do a lot is, like, if I say something, I'll tell the person that I said it. So I'll be like, oh my God, I was just talking about you and I said this and this and this. And so it stops being like I was gossiping and it just becomes like I was speaking about something and I told you as well, I just said this about you. So I'm not really trying to be mean or trying to say bad stuff about you. I was expressing a thought and I don't want it to ever look like I was expressing a thought that I'm mean to you or because I don't like you or because, like, stuff like that. And I don't think I technically say anything mean, like, in general. Like, I don't say anything that's like, seriously, I think sometimes I say things that people don't deem acceptable, but sometimes it's a fact. So I'm just like, it's a fact. It's so different if it was fact. Like, that's the thing with it, right? People want to say, like, I'm just expressing a fact, but there's a difference between fact and opinion. And fact is not really hateful. Fact is just a fact. Like, it could be mean because, not mean necessarily, but it could hurt you because the truth hurts sometimes, but then it's not an opinion. It's not something that I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But even if it's an opinion, like, I think there's a way to say it kindly. My cousin was telling me one time that, like, the first time she put on a weave, I'm the one who told her that it looked really bad. And we laugh about it, honestly. But I don't, to be honest, I don't think I, like, vividly remember that situation. I think I remember a long time ago seeing her in something. I was like, I don't really like that. Like, it doesn't really, I don't think I said I don't like that. I think I just didn't say it looked nice. I maybe used something else, like another one, like, why does it look like that or something like that. And I don't know, like, I can't decide if that's me being mean or just me being blunt about my opinion. I think there's a beauty to being blunt. To be honest, I appreciate when people are blunt with me. Like, if you don't like my hair today, because they're big stuff, write it in the comments. I do not like your hair. Like, your hair doesn't look that great, like, you think you look nice, but the truth of the matter is you don't. But then don't say it like hatefully, like, oh my God, your hair makes me want to die. See, really, like, that is so crazy. Like, I even thinking about the fact that somebody can say things like that is so mind-blowing to me. Like, how do you even check that? To be honest, first of all, if you think about it, writing a comment is so stressful already. Like, think, like, honestly speaking, writing a comment is so stressful. Like, already you're just like, do I want to write a comment, do I not, blah 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 blah. And then now think, you're writing a negative comment like that. Seriously speaking, how black must your heart be? Like, and then you laugh about it like it's funny. Oh my God, look, I wrote this thing. Hi, I'm so hilarious. Like, what? That must be such a big problem. Like, I think, to me, that's such a big problem, and I don't understand why people are so comfortable about it. So yeah, that's just a bit of a rant, a bit of something about hateful comments and the bad things people say about people. I think I think it's so unfortunate that people are so comfortable with being hateful on the internet, especially. And like Madeline Bailey is not the only one who's received hate. It's just that watching her writing a song from hateful comments, like she has enough hateful comments to write a song from. You get what I'm saying? First of all, she's so talented. And there were so many people saying she has no talent, her voice is so bad, or I don't know what, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, this chick has so much talent. I don't understand why people are being so hateful. You get what I'm saying? Like, even some of these comments have absolutely no basis. Like, oh, she doesn't sound nice, but she absolutely does sound nice. So you're just like, what's the basis for your statement? Like, there's absolutely no basis for your statement, yet you're so proud of it and so excited to put it on the internet as if it's something in. Anyway, clearly I'm very passionate about it. Like, it's just like I the one thing that I want to leave with you at the end of this video is like, just be careful with the stuff that you say, because things that you say are very important and they hold a lot of water. Like, they actually impact somebody's life. So when you say mean stuff, I think she dealt with it like a champion, to be honest. And someone else who I know who's gotten so much hate is Taylor Swift. I listen to her music all the time and I say it all the time. She got so much hate, and even now I'll talk about her with someone and someone will be like, oh, she's dated too much, oh, she's always dumping people, oh, she's too skinny, oh, blah blah blah. And it's like, seriously speaking, you know, let me tell you, if you want to know something is a hateful comment, the difference between you just expressing an opinion to express an opinion and you literally just giving a hateful comment is you're saying something about something someone can't change about themselves. That's that's something that you need to think about. Can they change this about themselves? No. Let me leave it. It's that simple. Like, if you like coming to tell someone, oh my god, you're so fat, how the hell has that helped them? Like, how has that helped the situation in any way? Oh, you have so many pimples on your face. And so, how, first of all, how is that thing affecting your life? That's the first thing. How's it affecting you that I have pimples? Then, second, I mean, if I've tried, and then people like to give unsolicited advice. You have so many pimples. Have you tried this? Yes, I have, and it didn't work. Next, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're doing like, sometimes granted people think it's from the kindness of their heart, like they're like, oh, I'm just trying to be nice and stuff like that, but you're really not being nice. Like, I'm here to tell you that sometimes it's not nice. And I think maybe it's just in Kenya, or I don't know, people are very comfortable with telling you, ah, you've gained so much weight. I do it all the time. Seriously, I'm not even going to be out here saying people say it and I don't do it, but I do it all the time. And I mean, it's not an okay thing to do, and I'm really trying not to do it anymore. Like, if I notice something, but then you see, that's a thing. I don't want to say it to somebody else and not say it to you. You get, then it becomes like I'm gossiping about you, and I'm really not. I'm just saying something that I've noticed, right? And like, people are so fine with giving unsolicited advice, like, oh, maybe try and do that and try and do this and blah blah blah. And that's not to say like don't express your opinions, because I'm the kind of person who thinks having an opinion is the most important thing. Like, I prefer for us to have opposite opinions and opposing opposing opinions. I prefer for us to have opposing opinions about something than for you to not have an opinion about something completely. Because how don't you have an opinion? Like, I don't understand that thing of not having an opinion. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But just do it with love. Like, if you want to say something, do it with love. And I say this, I'm trying to say it enough times for me to also remember to do it with love, because I'm very blunt, as I mentioned earlier, and so sometimes it can come off mean, and I don't ever want to be mean to people, and I don't ever want to come off as like this person who is just full of bad stuff to say about people. Like, I don't want to be that person. And I'm learning, right? So I'm still learning. In 10 years, I will check back with you guys and let you know if I changed my ways of being mean. Like, but I don't think it's really being mean. I just think it's expressing an opinion. And I will let you know if I have worked on that in 10 years. So, keep keep watching for 10 years. we'll see if that has changed. Anyway, yeah, so that's just it. That's all I had for this video on hate comments and bad things people say on the internet. Like, it's not okay to say it. I'm not going to be here and say that like it's fine. This is the first time I feel like I'm ever being like, don't do something, because I think most times I'm just like, think about this and create your own opinion or whatever. But like, this is a bad habit. Having hateful comments, saying bad things about people, being mean, gossiping, like just stuff like that, like negative stuff like that is just, it's bad habits. It's not okay, because it's just a bad habit, and a habit is something that's done repeatedly. And just as you got that bad habit, you can get off the bad habit by stopping yourself every single time you feel like you're about to say something. And it's so weird because people say, like, if I think about myself, right, like there's so much that people are like, oh my god, this girl is so mean, but there's also so much that I hold back, so much that I don't say because I don't want to be mean, or I don't want to just, say bad things about somebody. Like, I don't want to ever make someone feel bad about themselves. So I hold back so much, but I also say so much. So, it's just one of those things. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let's get this video to like 10 likes. 10 likes. So if you're watching this video and it hasn't reached 10 likes, just press the like button. It literally takes like 2 seconds. So if you're watching this video until here and it hasn't reached 10 likes, like it so that it gets to 10 likes, and then let's get it to like 5 comments. So comment down below what you liked about this video. 1, comment if you liked the video. 3, comment, just comment anything. Spread love, like just spread love to people. I think it's such a good thing to spread love, and light, and just be a happy person. Yes. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I actually checked my analytics and I noticed that a lot of people who've been watching my videos are not subscribed. So just subscribe if you like my content. If you're a return viewer, just subscribe, because it's fun and it's nice. And yeah, okay, fine. I think I've spoken so much. So bye. See you next time.